It's even a greater honor to stand here as a friend of Dr. Victor Kiplagat, a believer in African innovation and a witness also to the incredible story that is Spin Mobile. I salute Rebecca and the late Jonah for the foresight and sacrifice that has led us here. Let's walk this journey together. I was asked, do you have a PowerPoint? And I do not have one. But my friend David Bunay will tell you I make very good PowerPoints. And I've done some for him in this room. So, but your current pastor and my former pastor had a PowerPoint. So you will excuse me. And you might ask, if pastors have PowerPoints, why don't tech guys have them? But we are digitizing the church. And Pastor Asante Sana for being here. So I've titled this address, The 5 P's That Build a Legacy. And I'll just go through them. The first one is purpose, a calling that is bigger than you. And Spin Mobile is not just a story of luck, it's actually a story of purpose. You are founded on the belief that Africa needs and deserves data-driven, future-focused tools that empower institutions to power the dreams of their customers. And you've heard from some of these institutions and the difference it's making. When it comes to digital financial solutions, there are 3 common challenges that we face as a continent. I've had the privilege and honor of working across this continent, especially in East and Southern Africa. The 3 are accessibility, availability, and affordability. In my own small way, I've contributed to expansion in both digital and financial inclusion. This has been through increasing connectivity, launching new and innovative solutions, developing young talent, and championing Africa's digital agenda locally and internationally. I've been with the PS of ICT who tell you, speaking about Africa in Spain and in other countries, and I did have dreadlocks then, but maybe I need to get some now. And we'll discuss that topic that the PS has brought up a bit later, because most of the team members I work with have dreadlocks. And I can promise you, they'd come even when I was in Safaricom, sometimes to the office in shorts, and we were powering one of the largest mobile money solutions in the world. And it didn't matter how you looked, it mattered what you came with and what you contributed. So, I like your vision, because Africa as a continent is blessed with challenges: poverty, unemployment, poor infrastructure, exploitation of natural resources. But not many Africans have genuinely taken up the challenge to solve our problems. Many times we complain, but we don't act. I credit Spin Mobile because you acted. I have seen firsthand the power of partnerships with fintechs to expand inclusion, increase access, reduce friction in use of digital financial services. Your vision, a data-driven future in Africa, it is not a small feat. It is a calling. In your purpose, I see a young company that is nation building. This is what Africa needs now more than ever. My purpose has been to unlock potential and create new opportunities for Africans through the use of technology. This year it transitioned to furthering futures and transformation in tech, in men, and in Africa. You heard about Men's Circle. Victor is a member of Men's Circle, and I was very honored about a month ago when we were speaking and mentoring to over 15 or 1,600 students from schools within Nairobi and outside, talking to them about their careers, talking to them about values, and also talking to them about faith. Men's Circle is a safe and intentional space where men come together to connect, reflect, and grow. And at this juncture, I'll just like to request John in my back. There is a white box. I'd like to request John to come and Dr. Kiplagat. We'd like to give you a small token from Men's Circle on this special day. So, photographer, you can let me know where do you want them to stand? On stage? Okay. He's such a good member of our organization, and now I can connect why. If he's kama anapanga wanaume sita, basi tumemwita apange pia Kenya. Thank you. John is our treasurer and coordinator, and he was also there that day with Daktari, so we're honored to join me. Asante. Thank you, John. The second P is the path. The journey is rarely straight. Success often, like today, look how this place looks. It looks clean from the outside, but we know the path is anything but straight. Speed path has involved trials, detours, setbacks, false starts, and pivots. There are days when the vision seemed bigger than the resources, but you persisted because the path may not be perfect, but when it's guided by purpose, it is worth it. So to the team here tonight, your journey so far is proof that process matters. Don't despise the detours. God often uses them to prepare us for the prize. As you heard, I'm a teacher, and one of the big things I've kept on sharing is that if you were to draw a path for a river to go to the ocean, you would draw it straight. But most times it is not. We look very nice in our suits and polished up here, but I'm sure each one of us has a story on how that path was not straight. How you went through some detours, how you had some low moments, some challenging moments, some breaking moments, some tear moments. But through it all, you are able to be here tonight to stand and to do great things. When we tell our stories, let's not just talk about the end. Let's also tell people about the path. Many young people who ask me to mentor them, they tell me, George, I want to be like you. I said, if you knew my journey, I don't know if you'd want it. The many times I've been told that why do you keep coming home late? Why are you sleeping at work? Isn't there someone else? I can continue and continue. But don't despise those detours. God often uses them to prepare us for the prize. The third one is people, the true engine of innovation. I'm so happy tonight that we've celebrated people, that Daktari and Rebecca, you asked the entire team to come here. You are the true heroes. And every milestone you've reached, from your first client to this 5th anniversary, has come because of people. Clients who believed, partners who walked with you, and thank you partners for being here, and a team that stayed committed through late nights and tight deadlines. Daktari, I want to honor not just what you've built, but who you've built and how you've built it. You've led with values, you've stayed grounded in faith, and behind the scenes, your family has been your anchor, quietly sacrificing so you could lead publicly. Asante sana, Mama. Please give her a clap. Joshua declared, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You build still with that same conviction. It's not many founders who stand and speak about their faith. Sometimes people hide it in some small anecdotes, but you've proudly spoken about it. You've shared a picture of prayer. You've shown an image of hands being raised. You've talked about the role the church has played. And so to your faith, I know it has been a quiet but undeniable force in your journey. People are important and people matter. And I know we have these conversations that are continuing to happen in our country, but I think our biggest calling is people. Whether we build successful businesses or careers, you cannot lead without people. You cannot have a product of any type without people. We make them for people. Whether you are in what we call a B2B or a B2C or a B2B2X type of business, somewhere at the end of that chain is a person. But also there's people who are building, even if it's AI, there's people who are building the models, there's people who are building the large language models, there are people who are crunching and working on the GPTs. I moved sometime from being a tech leader to a people leader. And I realized that was one of the best decisions I made. Because if you anchor your purpose, if you anchor your leadership, If you anchor what you do on people, you will never regret it. The fourth P I'll speak about is pay. Now let's speak truthfully. There has been a price to be paid. Long hours, self-doubt, losing money, being misunderstood, starting over. We love to talk about the prize, but we don't acknowledge the price. Everyone wants the prize, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. They want the crown, but can't endure the cross. But pain has a purpose too in our path. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us that we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Victor and Becky, your pain has built character, and your character has built trust. And because you've paid the price, you've earned the moment we celebrate tonight. To the team, you've shared in the sacrifice, and tonight, you share in the celebration. So the last one is the prize, what we celebrate today. Tonight we celebrate the prize. Yes, 5 years in business, real clients, a credible brand. When I first met Victor, I was his client. I was in banking, and I hope David, I've been David's client as well. And most people who have been their clients say I'm extremely demanding, and I hope that's not why you quit JTL. But I was doing it for my customers. And that time I was in banking, and I did not want to have any of our branches or ATMs down because it meant somebody could not access money in whichever way. And so I've known Victor from that time, seen him through the journey in Spain, admired him even ascending quite high, even in academia. But when I got to spend time a few months ago, really double-clicking and going into the journey at Spin, I just realized there's so much there, that he's had many setbacks, but also many wins. And I told him, what you're doing is great. And I've had it tonight. The trust of your customers, the maturity of your team, the dignity of building solutions that solve African problems, the hope that you sparked even for future innovations. There are people who listen to you here and are thinking, how will I do another Spin Mobile? Or how can I have a variant of it? And so I believe Spin Mobile is no longer a startup. I believe you're a symbol of what is possible when Africans believe in their capacity to create, not just to consume. And I'm so happy to hear about the facial recognition features. If you are open, there are so many people I would love to send your way to learn from you, to see that it's possible to do it. I believe that as Africans, us of this dark skin, that we were not created just to be consumers of technology. We were created to create technologies. And the best people to do it is our own people. If we are empowered with opportunities, with education, if we are given the tools, I had the data centers you're talking about, we make even data affordable, we make devices affordable. There is nothing that we cannot do. We are in this fourth industrial revolution, the AI age. Let us not be left behind like we were back in the first industrial revolution. It's our time to have a seat at the global table where we don't just receive, but we also give, and we take charge of our own destiny. So, Victor, allow me to close with a charge for you. I want to speak to you directly as a friend and as someone I've watched grow. You have built well, but your greatest impact will not be in what you've built. It will be in who you raise. I charge you now, father other founders, multiply what you've learned, share your process, your mistakes, your struggles, your wisdom, and pour it into others. Africa doesn't just need more companies. We need more kingdom-minded creators, builders with vision and values, founders who lead with faith, build with excellence, and mentor with love. You have become a blueprint. Now become a builder of blueprints. Success is not what you have. It's what others gain because of what you built. To the entire Spin Mobile family, may your next 5 years be deeper in purpose, bolder in ambition, richer in people, refined by challenge and crowned with legacy. Congratulations, asanteni sana, raha tupate na ustawi.